Welcome to the Menopausal View. And I'm here with my husband, Sean, again. Say hi, Sean Wilson.
Hello, everybody.
The beard.
That's right.
The beard. So we are on part 4 of Can Your Relationship Handle a Betrayal? So we have talked about friendship betrayals. We've talked about husband-wife betrayals. We've talked about spouses being invalid and whether or not you'd stay with them, whether or not you would sleep around on them. So we're trying to hit all aspects of relationships. So our next question that we would like to ask you and get your feedback on is it possible to have a man and woman in a healthy, happy, romantic relationship without having sexual relations?
Oh, this is for me?
Yes.
Oh. I don't know.
This is a hard one, isn't it?
This is a very tough one. Don't know. I guess if you love each other enough.
Well, I think it kind of goes back to the whole, if there's something physically wrong with someone, and there's through no fault of their own, it's just they're not able to have a sexual relationship, then it kind of changes the dynamic of the question and the answer. I think that male female or male women romantic relationships are more important for there to be a connection mentally, friendship-wise, than it is for there to be a sexual component to it. I believe that they all coalesce together, but I think that if the relationship is primarily sexual and not friendship and love-based, then it's not going to last. If it's love-based and friendship-based, the sex component can be missing and the relationship still be a vital relationship. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I think if any of the other two components are missing and there's just friendship and sex, I think you could probably make it work. If there's love and sex, I think you could make it work. But if you're missing love or friendship, it's going to change the dynamic of the relationship, and it becomes a physical relationship versus a true partnership. However,
don't get Shamrock drives over.
However, I believe that in every relationship there has to be intimacy of some kind, because the intimacy is important to make that connection, to share your spirit, your soul, your heart with that other person, to really make that connection. And when we were talking in our last video, I was talking about how important snuggling was, and how I want to be able to snuggle with someone if something happens to you, and that would be my primary, my only concern, because the touch for the human body is just imperative for many of us to survive. It doesn't make sense that way, and I know that doesn't sound right, but the truth is that, just hugging someone, just giving them a touch is sometimes enough to make things better, no matter what's going on in their lives. So that is, do you want to try to answer that question knowing my answer, or do you want to move to the next question?
Let's move to the next question.
You think it's going to be easier?
Nothing's ever easier in marriage.
All right. Nothing's ever easy about this marriage. Is that what you said?
No, I mean marriage in general.
Oh, marriage in general?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. Ready for the next question?
Shoot.
Open relationship. Would you ever try one? If so, what would be the pros be for you, and what would be the cons? Are jealousy and instability inevitable in this type of relationship?
I guess I already used my free pass. I don't know. I mean, I guess. I mean, if you have to have an open relationship. There's no point in being with someone because that just means you're not satisfied with that person on whatever level. I mean, obviously, if it's open, it's a intimate thing. So you're not comfortable being intimate with your better, supposedly better half, because if you're not intimate and you're looking for an open relationship, then there's something wrong. Or unless you both are unanimous on it, then then you're like, I guess, swingers or something like that. I guess whatever floats your boat. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you. I feel like I feel like that if you are in an open relationship, then it's not a valid relationship. That's my personal opinion. I'm not saying that it doesn't work for other people, but I also believe in polyamory. I believe that there are people out there who are in a relationship with more than one person, and that it's usually a mutual three thing. Every person is in love with the other two people. So.
Oh, so I could have like 2 wives? I don't know if I'd want that. One's enough.
Well, it would have to be one of those situations where I fell in love with the woman too, and you fell in love with them in order for it to be a polyamorous relationship. Otherwise, it would just be you and her and me and you, and that would be an open relationship. So polyamorous is more of a I love her, you love her, she loves you, she loves me, I love you.
The love triangle.
Yes, it's essentially what it is. Or more than 3, but that's basically the extent of it. So in those kind of situations, when it's a polyamorous relationship, I think it's a different dynamic, and I think that can be just as beautiful as 2 people. The pros and cons of an open relationship, I think, is eventually jealousy is going to get involved, and even if because at some point one or the other is going to be like, I'm not okay with this anymore, or I was okay with it at this time, but now I'm not, and the dynamic will change, and I just don't see that being a very fortuitous relationship that is going to last a long time. But there are people out there who have open marriages and open relationships, and they've been together for 20 years. So just for me myself, I don't think I could ever be in an open relationship and be comfortable with it. I don't know how I would feel about a polyamorous relationship. That would be, I've never been in that kind of situation to even contemplate that. So I don't know how I would answer that in that way. And so I don't think that it would be a stable dynamic. And I think that the pros would be you can cheat basically without cheating, and you can have sex with whoever you wanted essentially. But I've seen open relationships that have fallen apart because one, they would swing basically together, and one of them would think it was okay to swing without the other person involved, and then it became a cheating situation. So there's too much of a fine line, too much gray area that would be interpretive that could cause a shift in balance. So there's I see more cons than I see pros in that. Although if for a polyamorous relationship, I see a pro being that there would be 3 incomes instead of 1 or 2 to take care of a family.
Maybe one of them don't work. Maybe one of them stays home and
takes care of the house. The 2 of them work. I don't know. I'm just saying that.
Or they rotate it.
Yeah. I can see that as being a big plus. I mean, I'd be okay if
maybe that's the way that the country, is going to end up going because of the economy and stuff. That there's 3 couples instead of 2 now.
You mean 3 people in a relationship instead
of? Yeah.
Well, I think that,
just to, keep your head above water,
I don't doubt that. I don't disagree with that, because it is getting harder and harder to financially stay above water, and the gap between the rich and the middle class is growing exponentially, and the middle class is really no longer a middle class. It's now a lower middle class. I remember growing up as upper middle class. Now I feel like we're almost.
I'm happy with what I got.
I feel like we're almost under middle class. I feel like we're almost poor. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we're finding that more families are living together. Multiple generations are living together longer now because of the cost of living. And I think that that's the way it's been in the past. And I think that that's the way we're going back to, because the cost of living is going up, and it's hard to support a family on just one or two incomes. And if there's one person that's staying at home taking care of the family, and there's two kids, that leaves one income taking care of everything. And unless they're part of that 1%, it's going to be it's going to be a struggle. And so unless there's a way to bring in more income, or the cost of living goes down at some point, makes it more affordable. I mean, back in the day when the wife stayed at home and took care of the house, and the husband went to work, the cost of a house was $3,000. You could buy a car for $500, and it wasn't. They got paid less. I get that. But it wasn't as hard to be a homeowner as it is now. It didn't cost, the cost of property has gone up. The cost of vehicles has gone up. But minimum wage is not going up with the cost of inflation. The cost of taxes are going up without the cost of income going up. So it is getting harder and harder for the general populace to make ends meet. So I think that there are different options available in that regard. It just depends. But I do agree. I think a polyamorous relationship would afford more of a financial stability than just a couple would. So that's one of the pluses I can see to polyamorous. Not necessarily an open relationship, but to a polyamorous relationship. So those are the two questions that I had for the universe. I'd really like to know what you guys think. If you're in a polyamorous relationship, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I'd love to hear about your thoughts on an open relationship. Has it worked out for you? I'd like to know what if you think that you could be in a romantic relationship without the intimacy of it, the actual sex part, not intimacy, but the actual act of
physical.
Yeah, the actual physical activity, the specific one or sex. Anyway, so take your time and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Open discussion. Keep it kind. Even if you disagree with someone, make sure that that you keep your mind open. That everybody has the right to their opinion, and no one has the right answer or the wrong answer. These are philosophical, open-ended questions. That there are no right or wrong answers. But I would love to hear what you think. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the little bell so that you'll get notified when we go live. Make sure that you follow us on Facebook at the Top of View. We have separate content for both pages, and we'd love to have you there for both of them. So in the meantime, stay sloppy.